Going on, everyone? Good morning. All right, so I'm going to show you what I'm looking for on a high level. So yesterday we had this big down leg. We're disrespecting all of this here, right? So this is your bearish order flow. I'm going to put it red. So you're bullish. This is the hourly time frame. And you have this bearish leg. So we're going to go retrace into internal liquidity. Fair value gaps are considered internal liquidity, right? So I'm looking to reject off of here. This is a previous day low. So I'm looking for this to be sell side. And I will look for some sort of entry here. Looks like it's 931. Now, if we displace and we close above the SIBI, this hourly SIBI, then we can use this as an inverse fair value gap to target buy side. But for now, what I'm looking to reject off of this hourly SIBI to target low hanging fruit, which can be hourly lows, possibly hold to the previous day low. Now I'm going to zoom in. So you can see that this is the AM high. Um, this is buy side. Okay. We have SMTs here. So the Dow Jones already took this high. Now we can possibly, this could possibly be the move, right? Because we already purged up here. The Dow Jones did that. And it could possibly just dump, right? Now, to me, I wait for a time of interest. So I don't care if it dumps. If it dumps without me, then I missed out on the move and I just wait for another day, okay? My rules, I have to execute within my time of interest, okay? So, you see, all of this buy side was already taken. Let me zoom in here. All right. So this, you see how we purge all of this? All of this was already purged, right? This here is CSD. So if you're looking for shorts during your 930 comes, it sweeps, you have that SMT at this high, and then as soon as we displace below that, you can use anything on the left side to enter a short, right? So, and this here, when it's just dumping like this is considered a low resistance liquidity run, which those are my favorite, right? Because you want to be in and out within a few minutes. So we're just going to monitor here and see what happens. And I'm going to push pause. And once we get closer to our time of interest, which is this macro here, then I will see if I have a move. All right. So, all right. So we're approaching our time, our window. So we know all of these highs were already swept, right? And our sell side liquidity has not been taken. So now we're going to look for a 1 minute POI or a 1 minute entry to target the lows, right? So we're going to look for shorts. And to me, I don't care about this SMT. So if you're asking yourself, oh, there's this SMT, so I don't know if I should go long. To me, the higher time frame is telling me that we need to go short, right? And I just showed you in the beginning of the video why I'm looking for shorts. So we already have the market structure shift. So we're looking for a retracement. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a form of SMT on the 1 minute. So the Dow Jones is about to take this high here. Okay. We're about to get an SMT at this high. So if we get an SMT at that high, I'll look for a short entry on the 1 minute time frame. Possibly I can look at the 15-second time frame. Now, I don't recommend you going on the 15-second time frame if you don't feel comfortable with that. But if I see a possible entry, then I'll zoom in on the 15-second. So we have this SMT here. You could have entered right there. You could have entered there, put your stop loss here at this high. You see that you have this imbalance right here, right? Let's zoom in. All right, we entered late, and of course my ship rose. All right, so we have these SMTs over here. We're in on the 15-minute time frame. So we should respect these PD arrays and we should dump from here, okay? So I will take small partial there, and then I'm just going to take full TP over here. We'll add another entry there. Let me go ahead and push my stop loss. So ideally, we want to stay below all of this here, okay? And because we have this SMT already up here at these highs, this should be respected. And I'm just following my rules. Can it go back up here? It can, but the way that I look at the market is if we're in a sell program, it should just keep going and until it hits liquidity. And then once it hits the opposing liquidity, then it can come back and return and hit this. So because we already, so let me zoom out to the 1 minute. You see this is technically an order block. We zoomed in, there's fair value gaps on the 15-second, right? But this is an order block right here uh, on the 1 minute. You see this? This is an order block on the 1 minute. And I'm expecting this to just immediately just dump. So let's just review, right? Let's go over why I was looking for shorts. On the higher level, we were looking for sell size previous day's low, right? So we already had SMT. 930 came up. We swept all of these highs. The Dow Jones came and swept all of these highs. This high, and this is CSD, right? Before our time. This is CSD right here. So I'm expecting this macro to continue expanding. I'm expecting this macro to continue expanding all the way until it hits its opposing liquidity. Once it targets its liquidity, it can come and rebalance again if it needs to. But right now, I'm expecting for this to keep dumping. As soon as it takes profits, I'm going to minimize my risk. So once it takes this TP here, I will, or this partial, start minimizing risk, right? Because our higher time frame is telling me that we should keep dumping. And let's go ahead and take one partial. And the reason why I'm taking one partial is because I was focusing on this video that I'm making for you, and I'm not paying attention to the other charts. So we have currently we've taken Asia lows, right? So the Dow Jones needs to catch up. So here I already took a partial off the table, and if we leave an imbalance here, then we can use that imbalance to keep going towards the downside. Ideally, here, stay below here. Stay below this low. Just going to be on the bottom. So as long as we stay below this low, because sometimes we can come up, rebalance a low. That's a balanced price range, right? And then we go lower. So you see this imbalance? We can come, touch this fair value gap, and then keep dumping. All right, there you go. We took another partial. So now we want to move our stop loss a little bit. It should go straight to TP. Our stop was at this SMT high. So we already have a 2-hour trade at least, risk to reward. And these are low resistance liquidity runs. So see, we use this wick here to keep it going lower. Or we can come, I'm going to zoom in here. You see these little other candle highs? We can come, sweep these highs. You see how we come? This is another candle high. We could come, sweep that candle high. Now this needs to be a wick. I don't want it to fully close up there. And if we get stopped out, we get stopped out. That's it. But there you go. We rebalance into this 1 minute SIBI, and then we have SMTs at those 1 minute um, 1 minute candles. So we have SMT there. So we should see speed towards the downside now. So you see this 1 minute imbalance. We tap it, but ES does not do this. So these are little signs whenever you're looking at the charts, you want to look at this, right? So this is a 1 minute SMT. We come rebalance into this fair value gap. ES is not even close to doing that. So we should see some fast movement towards the downside. And if I'm wrong and it stops me out, it's okay. I took partials, and um, we have our runners in profit as well. All right, so 10 o'clock is coming up. I'm expecting for this to um, just go ahead and dump because the 10 o'clock candle should come sweep liquidity before it does any type of retracement. So I'm looking for expansion lower, and then after that, I don't care what happens after that macro. So All right, we have another SMT. We're still inside of that 1 minute fair value gap. And it took us out. But it took us out. We put money in our pocket, and that's it. Hope y'all enjoyed the breakdown, and y'all have a good one.